So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live stream with live pupils, recorded for Ustream.tv and hopefully recorded for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. I wanted to show my Oogie HK 1560, which was my birthday come Christmas present last year. And my husband bought me it because I looked around a lot of YouTube videos on tablets and art and drawing digitally, because I love painting with my long rigger paintbrushes in my little water brush. But I can't seem to want to hold something quite as small. So with this particular model, you get two pens, and these pens are rubberized. So they sit, and they're about the weight of a pencil, but they're fatter. So these don't have a pen. These are charged. And again, I looked at that. I didn't want a battery because a battery in the end of here would be too heavy. These are charged with a little USB charger. There's two pens, so you can have one on charge while you're using the other one, but they last a long time. You also get this little kind of pen stand come ink, fake ink well, which when you twist the top has 2, 4, 6, has 8 spare nibs. And is that, I think that middle thing there comes out. Yes, it does. That middle thing comes out actually because it's to get the nibs out. Because you have to put them in a certain position to get the nibs out. So that little thing inside here looks like it's for gripping. I hadn't seen that before actually. It's for taking the nibs out and replacing the nibs when they get damaged, but I think they last an awfully long time. So you can sit the pen like this, you can sit the pen like this. A bit of a sad girl, that was one of the things I loved. I loved the fact Tight Yorkshire Lass extra nibs, and I also love the fact that it sits in its little pen stand. And this is going to flush out a bit, so I'm going to have to turn the lights out. But before I do that, I want to show how it's plugged in. So you do need some brains. And this happens to be my laptop. So it's plugged into the mains, and then you need to plug it into an HDMI and a USB. And this particular one has its own power supply, so you can't use it unless you have a plug socket, a house plug socket. Some of them you can use just with powered by the laptop or powered by the computer, but this particular one needs to be plugged in by a USB and an HDMI. So I need to just ask my husband to bring me. So the way I've done it, I've put it in a tube because I was a bit worried about these wires everywhere. So I've got mine in one of these little tubey things. So that means there's not a lot of pressure because my HDMI is not next to my USB. So that's plugged in. And I shall turn that round, and I need, my husband normally does this for me. Oops. Now sometimes things get a bit hot, so I put my laptop on a chill mat. So it's on a chill mat, and I will turn it on, and instantly you will see. Give me 2 seconds. Just have to turn the lights out. Ask hubby to get me. Oh, I've got the charger. 1 second. See, hubby normally sets everything up for me. So I need to plug that one into there. And watch the end go into the cold tea. go that round there. I'll just shut that for a second because I need to turn the lights out. So my laptop has power. That's rather strange, so sorry about that. So basically what we have is we have my laptop here, and then again I looked at this when it had its own stand. That meant a lot to me. So basically whatever I can see on my screen is on here. Oops, sorry, just have to get a little bit comfortable. So I just have to bear with me 2 seconds. Just have to put my but all this is a mirror image of my laptop, so people use it instead of a mouse. I'm going to use ArtRage today because I quite like ArtRage. Just have to see if that's going to be enough from the screen. Just give me 2 seconds. That's my Bluetech. Oopsie, don't know what I've done. The Bluetech's not working very well either today. So basically, my Oogie is just a screen. And it comes with, again, I looked and liked it. It has its own screen protector, so that will be scratching on glass. And it's attached at the top, so if you get bits under it, you can actually clean it. And again, I like that. So I did a lot of research. And I liked colouring in, and I like drawing as well. So what I have is ArtRage, and I've actually bought ArtRage, which is a software. And I really like this software because it's easy to use. And it also comes up how you're using it. So I use mine at 300, and I have a little turner here, so you can turn it so your hand is always in a nice comfortable position. Now that's actually, and I work in a blendable marker at 1%, so I work in a very fine blendable marker, and I cannot work with markers because I can't get the tops on and off. So this allows me to work in any medium I like. And I love its simplicity. The tools are here. The size of your paintbrush is here. You can go into different settings here if you want. So I've got blendable markers. And the setting for my blendable markers is the pressure, pen. I am a blendable marker. And I like to work at 1%. So you can just push down. This is a pressure sensitive pen, and so it has a lot of control. So if I just push down, I can move it. Normally I can. I like the back button for making mistakes. I like the little twisty button here, and I like the plus and minus. If you hit the top button here, it goes to its original way up, and that's its original size. You can create some nice highlights in here. It's just like using markers, so I work in exactly the same way. A bit of 3 colours, mid-tone, a darker tone, a paler tone, and then I blend them, and then I put the highlight on. Exactly the same way as I would working in oils. And that's why I really like this particular way of working. Tap here for colours. I have a little sampler board here which I can move about, and in here is every colour that I've ever used. So one of the first ones I did here was the frog lady. I call her the frog lady. Apologies if that's not what she's called. So I went in here at 300 and I coloured in all the dress, the scales. Oh, it's the mouse click one. I've forgotten. I've been in 3 different things today. Purple for some dark shadows and shades, pale shades. So I really enjoyed working in that. And what else did I do? I did the blueberry mouse from Daydreams, and again really enjoyed playing with that. Really enjoyed working in there. The colour should come up in a second. Hope that's okay. Mixing the colours, blending all the little mice, blending all the colours, putting highlights in, using different markers, different colours, and blending them together. And again, that's something I cannot do. And we had the mouse, and I completely redrew his foot and his tail, so the light was coming from the wrong way. So you can play with these things as detailed or as easy as you want. I'm still working on the fox. Love the fox, and the fact that I can really get into there and get some blendables going. So this is blendable marker. But I can work in oils as well. The other thing you can do here is have a play. So I was playing and ended up really like using something. Now if you save it in as a rift, it means I can touch anything and move it. If you save it as a JPEG, it's saved and it will not be reworkable. So again, that's another thing that I quite like. So I don't know why I saved that one. It's obviously not the one I wanted to save. It's not saved it as I wanted it. So we get tubes of paint, and really love this. Oh, that's the glue pen, sorry. Tubes of paint. Hard squeezed tubes of paint. These look like squidges out tubes of paint. So if you want to do backgrounds, you can do skies, and we could put some white in there, and then we can put some dark blue in there, and we can play for a long time. And you can get rid of these if you want. If you're doing some work, you can make the actual space completely free. and then you just tap on them to bring them back if you want them back. And again, much fun. Love the fun. Any shade you want. So although that's on one colour, there's hundreds of colours here. Hundreds of shades of that one colour. Trillions of colours. And of course this is tubes of paint, so you couldn't do this in reality unless you were extremely wealthy and you didn't have poly hands. So then you can take a palette knife and you can smush it around. Now there's lots of different palette knives. Let's have a look. We've got blurred frosting, we've got stipples, we've got a hard smear. Look at that, it's absolutely amazing. So you can play with, just blend the colour. So if you blend the colour, and the more you push down, this is a pressure sensitive pen, so I don't tend to do that. I tend to just slide it across the top because I don't want to use a lot of pressure. But there's lots of things you can actually change. There's a frosted one which is really unusual. It makes it like frosted glass, so you could draw a picture and then it looks like frosted glass. There's all sorts of things you can do. Blurred frosted and frosted spots, and it also mixes the colours as it goes. Instant blur, just blend, knife edge. So that's like you've got your palette knife at a funny angle, or you can use a roller, and you can use a speckled roller, or you can go back and you can use just a thicker roller, and it knows that that white paint is next to that blue and it will blur. So that's very clever, because you can really make some gorgeous colours. And if you make a boo-boo or you don't like it, see, if you do this in real life, it will go to mud, and this is going to go to mud. It's picking up the red now from underneath, and it remembers what's about. So again, this is going to be a red layer, but you can get some pretty nice tones. So you can do all sorts of things with this particular one. So the straw hat lady. So what I was saying was, all those colours are here. All the colours I've used, when I find them, I save them to a palette and I can tap. So if I go in there and think, I really don't like that, I can find where all my colours went. Now you can actually name them. Of course I forgot, but I know that all those colours there are these colours. That's Tutankhamun, but the red ones and the green ones, these are all here. And then the bottom ones are all Tutankhamun. So if I just bring up little Tut again, I know that all these blues and all these yellows, they're all here. So I can instantly, and that should be, if I go to my pen, my blendable pen, is a marker. So I want marker, pen, blending markers. Take it to number 1, so that's a very fine pen. Tap my little navigator, increase it to 300 and move it slightly round, and then I can start colouring in by touching the gold straight away, and I know that's the colour. That's the blue one. I love the fact if you make a mistake. So with the blue one, and again that's the wrong one, it's my fault, I should have labelled them. You colour in, and I'm just very carefully stroking that colour. I get, just like I would with oil paints or acrylics, I get a covering over there. I then hit a shadow at one side, and I want a highlight at the other side. So come back to my blues, and we want to hit the highlight there, so I'm going to put my highlight at that side. And then I just keep blending those colours together until I'm happy. And really like working like that. Again, just that little bit, and there's a highlight. And I'll zoom in a bit so you can actually, see exactly what I'm doing. So here, just creating a highlight, and you can create as many times as you want, or if you feel that you want some more shadow in there, blend some shadow in. And I really like working this way. So we want the gold again. And there's hardly any pressure on the hands at all, just gliding that plastic pen against this protected glass screensaver. And the lovely thing is that made this in a bit orangey, actually, a bit warmer red, sorry, warmer gold. But the nicest thing is I can just keep going over and over again. And you couldn't do that in reality. So this has given a little bit of a taste of what we can do. And I can do this for quite a long time. Now the screen protector over the glass is creating the same feeling as if this was a pencil on a piece of paper on a hard surface, so on a desk or on a drawing board. So it feels like you're drawing with a very, very sharp pencil on a board, but what's happening is it's so much lighter. With a pencil you'd have to scribble down. I'm literally gliding this across. My whole hand is just pushing it. There's no pushing down at all, so it's very easy for me to use. And I can actually blend in blendable markers or oils or anything I want to. So I really find that's quite nice to use. Oh, that reminds me, Emma says that she's done her Tut page, King Tut. So I have to go have a look at that. So there is Bunny's Designs Facebook page to put photographs that you've coloured, and put all of yours. Don't just put the ones that are mine. It's for everybody to put up a colour page, and then somebody else might see it and think, oh, I've coloured that, and they can put theirs up. So we can look at everybody's tuts, or we can look at everybody's Kirby Roseanne's bunny page, or whatever everybody's done. We can all look and see all the differences of everybody's different artwork and different colours. And I think that's really amazing, that everybody looks at something differently. And again, I turn it so that it's comfortable for me. And I do that with the colour pages. It's always easier to work across your wrist than trying to work across your body. So gentle little strokes, and then we'll have a highlight. And we'll have a shadow. And I love the fact that I can do this. And I just tap my usual colours, which are here. I can move this there. So I'm just tapping on the colours. So I tap on the pale one to create that highlight. And as soon as I move, it'll come back. It's only moving because it's in my way. So again, I love this art range. It's very clever. And we just keep continuing to work like this. And I like the fact that I've kept all the colours in here, because I wouldn't remember how to make them again. There's colour palettes you can do. This is a very, very simple, easy way to colour digitally. There's lots of other things to do, but I just want to open a page and colour when I can't colour in a traditional way, and this lets me do that. And this is portable. I have taken it with me and sat it on a cushion tray. It sits quite nicely on a cushion tray, but near to you, you have to have your Yugi, your laptop or your computer. So it doesn't have any brains of its own, kind of thing. The software is downloaded onto the software is downloaded onto your laptop or your computer. All this is like a touch screen, very similar to my laptop screen. I want that a little bit warmer, I think, just that little bit warmer. And then I can just highlight there. So what I have here is a nice highlight going all the way around there. So again, go back to blue. Now you can do all the blues first, or you can do all the other ones first. I just like to do this. Just find it a little bit easier to do it this way. And I sometimes find myself pressing down because it's a pressure sensitive pen, and then I realise that I don't really have to do that. But I don't always remember. So you can have a soft highlight, or you can have a pale highlight. And again, this is blendable markers. If I was working in oils, it would be different. Everything reacts as it would normally. So again, going back to the gold one, and I just keep going until I've finished. Now I haven't created any layers on this one, because you've got layers and all sorts of other things you can do. So this particular Kirby drawing, it is blendable. It's going to smudge. If I'd created a layer, it wouldn't have done that. But I quite like smudging this black lining because I'm getting rid of it, so I like that. But if you didn't like that, you could create layers. And the next one I do, I will create layers. I will do them differently, and I'll do one in oils and acrylics because I wanted to do these in oils and acrylics anyway. And again, you've got that blue one. And literally there is little, and it's so easy, I can even use it right-handed. So my left hand has kind of given up now because I've used it for a couple of hours. So, and if I make a boo-boo, I tap that button, and I can tap a button, a back button, and it will take it off. So this is my right hand, and I'm just trying to control. Now if you look straight down, you'll see that that little cursor is not far away. It's just a few millimeters. And everybody's saying, oh, it's not perfect. Well, actually I love it because everybody can see what I'm doing. But I really like this gentle way of working. And I just want to get my pale blue highlight. Again, I didn't label mine. I should have labeled it really. So I'm going to put mine across here. So it takes a minute or two to get used to using the wrong hand, but it proves you can actually do it. You can use a different hand and probably do this for kind of loose work, and then when it comes to really close work and final things, I will use my left hand to do that. And that means that most of the work's done with the right hand. So I've protected my poorly left hand. And I really like that idea. That is so good, so cool that I can do that. And again, make sure it's in a comfortable position and that you're in frame, and just colour away. I never thought, I don't think I could do this, well I couldn't do this with a pen because my hands won't hold a pen. My right hand probably will not hold a pen. Oops. And remember what I said about getting the comfortable arc of your fingers, and that's the beauty of it. But this is just for colouring in, and this isn't a cheats version. This has taken hours to do. I would work in the same way. It's a 1%. It's like a fine liner. It's a blendable fine liner, basically. You make your own pens up. And again, I love that idea as well. So you can draw around something and tap and it will fill it. You can cheat. You can do all sorts you want to do. You can do unrealistic things. You can do realistic things. You can do basically what you want. I just like using it as I would traditionally if I could. So again, blendable pen is blending in. So I just want to see if that's the right. So you can tap in and out anytime you want. So I've got a highlight going across there, I've got a highlight going down there, and then I've got this highlight going on that side and the outside, and then coming to the inside all the way down there. And so those two would be blue. So you can tap back up to 300. I don't work bigger than 300, but I work at 300. If you forget what you're looking at, you can look at your colours to know that you're still in blue. So I'm actually just going to do this blue one while I'm here. And you can save the work. And I love the fact that if you make a mistake, you can just hit the back button. So I went over there, so I can tap that back button and I've got rid of that. Whereas if this was a pen, not only could I not use it, but if I went over the line, that would be it. It would be over. And on my phone, I have a couple of photographs as references because I like using a reference. Now I could upload it in here, so I've got it on my screen. I might actually do that because it's a lot easier. Then you can just pull it up and look at it. It's right next to you on the screen. So I hope Ustream's behaving itself a little bit better. Again, remember what we said about getting in a comfortable position for drawing, colouring in. And this feels extremely weird because it's right-handed, but I don't have any. I can just about control that little cursor to give me the control power. In my hand to give a colour. Now I can go back over when my hand feels better and carry on, but just at this moment this is working quite well. And we tap down and bring it forward so we can see what's happening. So we've got the staff to do next, I think, or whatever it's called. So I'm going to turn that way, blow it up and move it. So I'm going to be playing in this bit here, the top. So I'm going to give it a flat coat first. So you don't need to do any pressure. If I had to push down, I probably wouldn't be able to control the pen. But because I'm just literally sliding this over the top, my left-handed brain is working just about okay. So we've got, I'm going to move that round and I'm going to just go a bit higher because we've got lots of kind of like straps. In fact, that's probably going to be a little bit too pixelated. You can tell whether you've been over the lines or not. So I'm going to go back to 300 because I just like 300, and I'm going to do these things here. Actually, if it's a small thing, you do need to go in a bit. So like a blendable marker, you've got so much, and then the true colour comes out. And we've got some kind of gold bits on there, so just give that a little bit of a go back to that one again. And again, this is very rough because this is with my right hand. So thanks guys for stopping by. I hope everybody's well. Did you manage to get that on there, Emma, on Facebook? I think there's a picture of the digital one. I don't think I've done the picture of the other one, but I think there's a digi picture. And it, you know, this isn't a cheat's way. I mean, yes, you can press a button and fill it in, but this is enabling oil paints and acrylics and pastels and lots of traditional media used in colour books. I'm going to do probably when's Thursday? I don't know. It's Thursday tomorrow. So tomorrow is Digital Thursday for me. So I'm going to do mixed media. I'm going to try and get some. I've got hundreds of books, so I might try some mixed media and see what happens, because I've never done it before. And my gluing and sticking days are over, so I thought I might be able to do some digital mixed media collage. So I quite like that. So again, you know, just keep looking down. Now on here, it shows you what's happening. This little thing here is a mirror tiny image of what's happening, so you've got a good idea. I mean, you can make it bigger. I think you can make it bigger. So it's showing you what's happening. So if this was the photograph, you can put a photograph of Alfie in there, and then I could bring up Alfie's drawing and I can draw. I can see without having my phone. I can see what I'm doing, so I might do that actually because it's a lot easier. So again, I wanted that yellow to be slightly different to that gold, and it is. So this is a mini version of what's going on. It's a pin, it's a reference, and there's lots of different references you can have. You can have a normal size, internal scale, hide the reference. There's all sorts of things you can do with. And I think that's right click and left click on these little buttons here. This is a different colour, I think. So I don't want to do much more because I think these are different colours. These are beads. I think the bottom ones are gold, so I'm going to move that up and do these, because these are gold. So there's lots of things you can do digitally. So I want to try and do all sorts of scratch. I've never done scrapbooking, so I'm going to do some scrapbooking pages, especially with all those yummy things in the stencils and in glitter and sticker sprays. So there's an awful lot of things you can do. So I'm sure that's going to be really good. I think Alfie's been naughty. So thanks for joining me, and I'm hoping going to do about an hour a day using my watercolor little book and watercolor mediums that I've got. So we've got Inktense, and we've got art bars, we've got Caran d'Ache Colour 2s, anything that's water based, because most of them are in my little book, so they're easy to use. But hopefully I can do that for 1 hour a day, hopefully. And then I will be swapping on to Digi, colouring in. So I really like this, and again, if you tap that little top triangle, it instantly turns it the correct way up. Tap twice and you get your normal size. And this is the Kirby Roseanne, so I really love. And I'm just holding that little button down here, which again, I can't use my thumb, but I can use my finger, and it's not in the way, and you just click it and it just moves things about. So I love the fact that that is slightly different, and it's going to flash out, so apologies for that. And of course, absolutely love the Alfie, and I don't know where the Alfie is. Now, a strange phenomena is Alfie is drawn in a different, is drawn in, is painted rather in something else. Alfie is painted in just bear with me, I'm just looking for him. Oh, that's why. So if we go to all files, we should get Alfie. It won't open it. Yeah, you can't open something in a different file. So I'm using ArtRage for this, and Alfie's in some other one, so you can't swap. So I can only open this particular page in ArtRage, and I can open Alfie in what was Alfie in? Coral Painter Essentials. So if we can click, I'll just click save. And we'll close all the paintings. So we've got to close all those paintings. I don't want to save the changes, and these are just close. So these were quite good fun. Quite good fun to do. And again, I'm using my right hand, so forgive me, because the right hand doesn't really know what it's doing. So we'll close all that, and we'll close the frog. And then we'll close ArtRage, and then we'll just look down here to Coral Painter Essentials 5, which was about £20 because it was half price. So if you've got any questions, just pop them in caps. I'll just show this really quickly, and then oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to tap that. So apologies about the screen. So we've got the Alpha here. So the first thing to do is to make the screen full size. And again, there's different ways to use this one. So this one has different settings. So you tap the hand, and then you can move this anywhere. So this is a little sketch in oils that I'm doing of of Alfie. So I'm building up layers so that I can paint again. So I'm quite enjoying working in there, and I'm working at about 100, so I can get some quite nice effects. You need to get some really nice effects around his eye. And there's the colour scheme. It doesn't keep the colours like the other one. I haven't worked out how to do that. It probably would do, but I haven't worked it out. But really like working in Corel Essential Painter, doing traditional art and doing drawings and things. So again, just doing a quick sketch and then blocking in colour, so that underneath all this is going to be some nice colours. It's flashed out a little bit, that bit. So hopefully this should be growing a bit. So tomorrow will be DigiArt, so we'll be playing in ArtRage. I do have, in fact, let me have a quick look what else I've got opened in here. I was playing in this one. This is Daydreams. I think that's by Hannah Carlson. Let me zoom out a bit. So again, it's given me the ability to, I hope it didn't flash out there. It has given me the ability to still be creative. Just fix this slightly better. No, it's worse. I'll put it back where it was. And again, you blow this one up. So I was using watercolors and oils, and this one is actually a mixed media one, because if we look here, oops, if we look here, you can see some leaves. So I actually went into in the brush here, there's all sorts of things. You've got FX, which is special effects, and there's all sorts of special effects you can have. And special effects, there's a spray size leaf, neon pens, swirls, hurricanes, absolutely anything you want to do. So I thought that would be quite fun. So this particular one has got real leaves growing up the side. Oops, I keep forgetting about tapping and different software. You use left and right mouse clicks for different things. So so again, lots of leaves there. I used a spray fluffy one for the moon. So there's lots of things for me to do. I just did a block in here, then I'm going to colour over the top with oil paints. So there's a lot of things you can do that you can't do in reality, and I love that effect. So I don't feel that I'm missing out on anything. Which one did I do the hand? This is what I was doing this afternoon while I was watching everybody. Whoops, where's it gone? Come back. There she is. This is from that Gothic Essentials, and again, really enjoyed playing with the oils. I coloured all the red roses in a flat colour, then I'm going back in them to give them some highlights, and then I'm going to go in and do a hair and give a skin highlights as well, and been working on the Basque today with highlights and lowlights. Love playing in that. And again, you know, you can turn it round. Took me 3 days to work that out, but you tap it, instead of going up here rotating it, you can rotate it here. So again, it's always good for your hands. Actually working in oil paints on this one. So I've got the frills to do, I've got the highlights to do, then I've got, I've got the hair all to do, and then I was working on this section of the coffin, and I'm going to Google a coffin so I can get that silk effect of the liner and really build up a silk effect around the coffin. But I love the fact I can work in oils on a colour page that I said I just could not do. So I love that effect. So there she is. And I shall be printing them out as well. And let me see what else we've got on here. There was the little, I brought out one of the fairies as well, scanned one of those in. So this is the from the fairy book that I found the other day. If I tap in, you might be able to see it a bit better. So I can't wait to start on this this one. There was a Bennett Klein one with the monkeys on the finger, but I don't know why I've done like that one. Oops. I don't know where that one is. I also started the elephant one as well. I don't know where that one is either. So sometimes you've got to kind of fish about looking for things. I've got wild on here, and I've got dragons from Bennett Klein. I bought them as a digital, so they're actually instantly straight in. So I just tap, drag across, and I've got hundreds of colour pages scanned into my laptop ready to use, and I can use them in any form I want. So again, love that effect, really like that. And what else have we got? You can do all sorts of, you can scan pictures in, you can clone things. If you can't draw, you can bring up a layer for tracing and trace over the top, so you've still got the image from a photograph. I played in this one, but I'm not sure if I did anything to it. No, I was playing with the elephant. So there's all sorts of things that you can scan in, and you can start colouring. So I can't wait to start doing the elephant. I think that'd be quite spectacular. So have you got any questions? Oops. So I'll be working on Alfie tomorrow. And you can press recent and it will tell you all the ones that you've... There's Alice Blueberry Fairies. You title them and you say them as a riff. You need to say them as a riff, otherwise you can't actually play in them anymore. Oh, that was the bunny page that we were doing. But I have quite a few to do. I can't find my dragons. Oh, I can't open my wild either. It will not let me open wild. So I'm a bit cross about that. I bought it twice and it still won't let me open it. So sometimes that can be a little bit annoying. I seem to have bought... I've done this one as well. This is... I thought would be fun to colour. I'll start with this one tomorrow. Again, it's the Colin Thompson Fantastique, but I will be using digital colours because I thought that would be a bit more interesting. Oopsie. So I've got my digital art ready for tomorrow. So I hope you found that okay, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know if I've done something to chat because it seems to have stopped. But again, this should be fun, so you can blow this up and it will go quite grainy, but that's fine. Go to the car, turn the car around slightly, and it is a little bit grainy, but I can live with that. I can live with that while I'm colouring it. I think I'll have a blue car. And we'll put, I'm in wet oily blender at the moment. Oops, come on. It's not happy, I don't know why. And sometimes you have to play with it. You can change, oh, it might be my laptop actually. If I open too many things, it doesn't like it. Oops. Yes, my laptop's frozen, so sorry about that. But again, that's going to be a nice size to do. And we can really see in here what everything is, which we can't normally do when we're looking at the book because things are so tiny. So yeah, sorry about that. My laptop's frozen. So love the fact that I can put my pen in its little inkwell and it will sit quite happily there for me. So I have to go see how my daughter, she's been poorly all day. She's been up all night, bless her, and so have I. So a bit frazzled around the edges. So tomorrow, Thursdays, is Digi Thursdays for me. Might try for 1 hour just to do something with the left hand because I've got so many things to finish off without even starting on DigiArt, but quite pleased that I found something else. And I'm learning. I don't know where all the buttons do. I don't know where they are. I forget where I put things. I forget where things are. I just want to colour easily and quickly and just have fun. And then I'm going to print them out and put them in a book. But I love the fact I can work in oils, airspray, not airspray, I can't think what it's called. Spray, oh my goodness, I can't remember what it's called. But I can work in any medium that's in a program, even though I've got poly hands, and that's just by stroking this little chunky pen across here. And I can work at any size and I can work at any angle, and that's another good thing as well. So I'll stop this video and hopefully it'll upload to YouTube. So thank you all my YouTubers for watching, and if you have any suggestions or you want to see anything in particular, just put requests in the comments bar. That'll be wonderful. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe, because it tells me that I'm doing the right things that people want to see. So it's very important to like and subscribe. It gives somebody an indication of what they're doing is worthwhile. So thanks for joining me, and hopefully see some more YouTube videos tomorrow and live on Ustream. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for watching.